Hey guys, Chris Callaway here with Callaway Classics. We have a 1972 Cadillac Eldorado. It's a mostly original paint, unrestored survivor. It has 22,000 original miles. It features a 500 cubic inch engine matched with a front wheel drive transmission. And before we go into more details about this Landyacht, I'll tell you a little bit about Callaway Classics in case you're new. We're a small classic car and truck dealership located in Marshall, Virginia. We specialize in 60s and early 70s American cars and trucks. We also feature specialized vehicles from the 2000s and Japanese cars from the 90s. So without further ado, let's take a look at this big old boat. So here's our 1972 Cadillac Eldorado, finished black with a black vinyl top and black interior. So in this video, I'm going to do a walk around, tell you what I know about the car, some of its features. We'll take a look at the inside, take a look underneath the hood. We'll also take a look at the undercarriage on the underside of the car, and then we'll take it for a drive. So what's most notable about this particular car is that it's a survivor. It's mostly original paint. It only has 22,000 miles on it. So it's unrestored, still the original interior, still the numbers matching motor. Looks like it's never been pulled apart. The other notable thing about this and all the 72 Eldorados is that it's a 500 cubic inch front wheel drive drivetrain. So that's 8.2 liters for those that aren't familiar with cubic inches, which at the time was the biggest American motor ever produced. Some other key features that it has, which are really neat, is automatic climate control. So your HVAC, your air conditioning and heat. It's got a little dial we'll take a look at on the inside. You just set that just like a modern day car, but pretty substantial technology back in 1972. Also has auto dimming headlights. And of course, being Cadillac, it's fully loaded. Has power steering, power windows, power brakes, full six-way tilt adjustable power seats, power door locks. It's just loaded, and it's a Landyacht. It's about 18.5 feet long. It's just a cruiser. It looks awesome. It drives awesome. Another notable thing is with it being front wheel drive, there's no transmission tunnel. So you'll see when we get inside, it's actually a smooth floor all the way across, which is something different for the American cars back then. So like I said, it's also mostly original paint, and we'll do a close-up of the paint later on just to see. There's a few little nicks here and there. It's not perfect paint, but what is neat about this is that it's pretty much original all around. So taking a look at this beautiful inside here. Here's your door tag here with the VIN. Everything, no tears, no rips, no major wear. There's a few creases on the leather, but nothing major. All the seat belts are there. All the lights work, all the interior lights when the door opens up. Take a look there. All the electronics. It's also equipped with cruise control. And I have all the bells and whistles on this car. The only thing that doesn't work is the cruise control and the clock that's on above the glove box there. I completely forgot you have adjustable headrest here, which go up and down. That's all the way down. Oh, horn works. Just a lap of luxury for back in 1972. There's that clock, inoperable clock I was talking about, but nice little inset on the dash there. Start her up for you. And there's that automatic climate control I was talking about. So you just roll this wheel across, and that will change. AC kicks on as needed. And AC does blow cold. Show you the power windows here. Still all the original glass. Looks like it's got date stamps. And as usual, everything I've shown you here, we have pictures of everything on our website if you want, if you prefer looking at things in photos versus video. A lot of intricacies here. This little wood ingrain, that's factory. Pretty neat. There's your windshield wipers. It also has remote mirrors. right there. Those work. Nice shot of that wrap wagon there. Another neat thing is that the remote mirror for the passenger side is right here. Again, that works. Yeah, what's really great about this car is, aside from the two things I mentioned, everything works on it. Oh, sorry, I forgot to show you the window over there. And they go back down. Here's the bell of the ball right here, your power seats. Forward, back. Tilt, up, down. And just awesome. Carpet underneath, it's got this nice protector here. Carpet underneath is nice and clean, no tears, not hiding anything. And this is what I was talking about, there's no tunnel there, so you actually have a lot more leg room. If you happen to put 3 people in here, they can slide over. Same thing in the back here. Does have a hood release in 1972. Another thoughtful design here is, I guess, so you don't rip your hood ornament off. It's got a little wire there, holds it on. Bear with me here. This is probably one of the longest hoods ever made. There we go. So 500 cubic inches, all her glory. Really clean engine bay. Leads me to believe this thing's never been taken apart. I mean, you even still have the heat riser, the heat shield here. Hardly ever see those on any cars. Got your power brakes, air conditioning on top. It is a numbers matching motor. I'll put a picture up here so you can see that's actually on the back. Probably not going to be able to see it very well, but it's down there on the back of the block. While we're in here, here is the body tag. I'll put a still photo up so it's easier to read. Again, all these photos are on our website. But just overall, really nice and clean. I'm trying to get a shot of the hood here. You see all these pinch welds, factory welds. I know this isn't very exciting, but I'm just trying to show the attention to detail, just how original this car is. And here's your automatic, for the dimmer, for the automatic dimmer lights right there. Mechanism for that. Paint does have a few little wear and tear. I'll point out as we go around, but this is one notable where the paint's cracked on the shroud here. Not on the fender itself, but just the surround here and here. Overall, the chrome is in really nice shape. You get a little bit of cracking there. There. But the hood shuts nice and easy. I don't know why it wouldn't with gravity in effect. It comes down, it's pretty heavy. But easy to come up, easy to go down. You have the removable side skirts there. No smoke coming out of the engine. Your gas fill up is here, nice and clean down there as well. Again, just unrestored. We'll walk up and down the body real quick so you can get an idea what the paint looks like as far as waves go. Now, I was saying earlier, it's a mostly original paint. It looks like the front fender on the driver's side has been repainted, and a little lower section underneath the driver's door. In person, it blends very well, but I know that just using a paint meter. just has a thicker paint on the driver fender. Trunk lid's in very nice shape. The only other area where the paint's cracking is right in here. I'll try and move back and forth. There's a little bit of checkered pattern happening right here. Hard to pick up in a video, but also there's photos online. But it's just in this section right through here. Yeah, the rest of the trunk and the rest of the trunk is in pretty nice shape. What's this thing doing? There's your 8.2 liter badge to let everyone know. Cruise around in not just a big block, but probably the biggest block around. And the only other big defect on the paint is, looks like it's not cracking here, but it's checkered a little bit there. It's almost like there was a little bit of overspray from when they redid the fender, but it's again, it's really hard to pick up in a video. There's photos online, so it's from here to about here. It's kind of like a triangle. And these are just things that jump out at you when you're up close, really nitpicking the car. You know, you don't notice these when you're just a couple feet away. I'm just pointing them out to set the expectation for any potential buyers. And these little inserts here, these are blinkers. They're lights, so when your blinkers are on, you can see when you're driving. And they work, both sides. We'll finish our walk up and down this side. And the vinyl roof is in really nice shape overall. The only exception being right down, right in this area here. It's coming undone a little bit. Oops, sorry, right in this area. But all around a really great car, really nice Survivor. Let me shut her off. Odometer does work, speedometer does work. Oh, forgot. Power door locks. Yeah. These puppies are fast. Before we take a look at the trunk, there's one other point I want to show you on the hood. Really the only big dent is actually right here, protruding out of the hood. I don't know how that happened. If you look at it, it's double layered. There's no dent from the underside. Again, very minuscule, but something to point out. All right, let's take a look at the trunk. Another nice feature that is remote opener. There you have it. Now these are normally bolted down. I want you to think I'm driving around with these things loose. I just had them here so I could pull out. Just give me a second, let me pull these out and we'll take a closer look. It does come with a shop manual. And once we're done taking a look at the trunk, I will bolt everything back down. You'll see all the pieces there. I'll put a photo up. But taking a look underneath, just protective carpet. I can't pull this up. There's another layer underneath this, but you can see there's just kind of the glue style. I'll have more photos of this on our website for up close with light. There you go. Got some surface rust there. That's just the nature of the beast. Those didn't get painted. A lot of original paint cars look like that. Looks like it has a rear HVAC system there. It looks like he's got a blower. One other thing I completely forgot, the radio does not work. That is the third and final thing. That is glue, not rust. I know people panic when they see that color. Sorry for the camera skills, this thing is taking a little getting used to. And one more neat feature, oh sorry, let me take a look at the trunk lid here. So you still got these spot welds here. You got some codes here. More codes. It's more what looks like factory spot welds. Underside of the trunk is in really nice shape. A little bit of surface rust right here. Again, being an original car, not expecting perfection. Oh yeah, there's more there, but this is not rotted through. There we go, get some better light. Again, I'm wiggling around quite a bit, so you can look at photos of these that are more still and easier to check out. So another cool feature is the automatic closing trunk. Pulls itself shut once you latch it just a little bit. And a few other neat features I completely forgot about the interior. It has tilt wheel and telescoping wheel. This little switch here, up, down, and of course your regular tilt. And it does have a console here, not a console, but a this little thing, armrest. That's what I was looking for. And these usually have white sidewalls, I believe, on the car from the factory. So we have another set that came with the car. The previous owner didn't like them, so he took them off. So if you're buying the car and you're interested in those can always transfer with them. I'll put a picture up of their condition. All right, let's take it for a drive. So horn works. just gonna go on a regular route here through the town of Marshall, go through the little 25-mile-an-hour zone, and then we'll head out of town, and he gets up to 55 miles an hour. You can see what it drives like at higher speeds. And everyone wants to know what it's like to drive a Landyacht. This thing equated to essentially like driving a sofa on wheels. It kind of floats and glides. It's not terribly loose, but it's definitely not a tight race car, obviously. It's just cruising in luxury. Let's get the air conditioning going here. I'm gonna leave the air off for right now. It does work, but I don't know how it's gonna pick up on the microphone and interfere with what I'm talking. So leave that off. Like I've talked about earlier in the video, everything works with the exception of the cruise control and the radio. And I believe there was one other item, but we'll come back to that. But all the lights work, all the blinkers, even the fiber optics. You can't see it in this part of the video, but in the very back, the rear window, there's two little lights in there. When your brake lights come on, they show up. So when you're looking in your rear view mirror, you see these two little lights on. And same thing for your turn signals. When those lights blinks, whether it's left or right, and that works. And same thing, I'm not sure if you can see on the hood, on the fenders up there, it's a left turn signal. It's got fiber optics, that little insert there. Probably too far away on the right side, on the passenger side, but that works as well. I mean, overall, this car is loaded up, and it's pretty impressive that a majority of all the items on this car work with, you know, power windows, power door locks, power seats. I mean, a lot of times we get these cars, anything from the 60s and 70s, they don't perform this well. There's always a laundry list of things that just don't work. So overall, really nice car. Speedometer is very accurate. Check that against the GPS on my phone, so that's how you know it's pretty accurate. Alright, so coming out of town, we'll open her up a little bit. This is 55 miles an hour here. So there's half throttle, kick down works, shifts through the gears nicely, speedo tracks. And as expected with the Cadillac, it's got power steering, so everything, you know, the steering is nice and easy. You know, you can just with your one finger, two fingers. This car is very easy to drive. When I actually picked it up from the previous owner, they live 45 minutes away in the city, driving down the highway, interstate, 70 miles an hour. Basically went through all the paces, no problem. But yeah, this is... It tracks really well. See both my hands there. As with most cars, they kind of pull to the right just a little bit because of the crown of the road. And the road sloped just a little bit. Try braking here. Stops really well, nice and straight. Yeah, no hard pulls when you're braking, no hard pulls when you're steering. Do a quick turnaround here. Nice easy shift into reverse. It's actually pretty easy to drive this car considering how big it is. Really good visibility. And turn signals work down there. Let's see, turn signal works on the left side as well. Pickup's pretty good. That's a little over half throttle. I'm not trying to dog this thing, but it gets up, moves out of its own way. And these were detuned in 72. They weren't the full performance you would get in a 70 model with the 500 cubic inch, but it still gets up and goes pretty well. Playing the steering, a little bit of play, just like most old cars, but you can see it's picking it up. Again, very easy to drive. If you're comfortable with old cars, this is probably one of the easier cars to drive for a 60s, 70s model. No shakes, no vibrations. Everything just, it's nice. I don't know if you can see this here. This is the, talked about earlier, it's pretty neat, the remote mirror for the passenger side. Yeah, everything's at arm's reach. It's nice and easy. And if it's not, you've got those power seats to move you forward and back. The third thing that doesn't work on this car is the clock that you can, I don't know how much you can see, but it's on the passenger side over here, basically right above the glove box. So the three things that are not working out of all the electrical components and interior amenities is cruise control, radio, and the clock. To be honest, when you're driving, you can't even see the clock. It's all the way on the other side of the car. It. It's a quick test drive for you. Again, really nice driving car. I wouldn't mind driving this every day of the week. It's just a cruiser, nice and comfy.